Good morning to you and thank you for sharing your day with us. I am Louisa Lee here to keep you informed and entertained. 早安你好，欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天带给你最新最有趣的新闻。It sure is a roller coaster ride in the global markets. Both the European and the U.S. stock markets have suffered great loss on Wednesday, mainly from huge declines in banking shares and fears that France may face a rating cut. Dow was down by 519 points, or 4.6%, while the European shares closed deep in the red. France's CAC fell 5.4%, UK's FTSE plummeted 3%, and the DAX dropped 5.1%. 很可惜，欧美股市前天的表现还是没有办法带动昨天股市继续上涨。Dow Jones 跌了519点，而法国更是跌了超过5.4%。And move on, in other related news, amid the debt crisis in the U.S., what are the people thinking and what do they want the government to do? 美国债务问题严重，股市又下跌，美国民众又希望政府能怎么做呢？ According to the latest poll, most Americans, 63% of them, want the Super Committee to increase taxes on higher income individuals and businesses, while 36% of the people are disagreeing. 57% say that the committee should also come up with a proposal that include major cuts in domestic spending. As for the spending in defense, 47% want the committee to cut down on the military spending, while 53% don't find it necessary to save money in that area. Surprisingly, 2/3 say no to major changes to Social Security and Medicare, and nearly 90% of people don't want the government to up the taxes on middle class and lower income families. 根据 CNN 的调查，有63%的民众希望政府能增加有钱人的税，而有47%的人希望政府能减少在军事上的花费。 Now, health news. We all know that smoking is a prime risk factor for lung cancer, and a recent study shows that early morning smokers have a greater chance of getting lung cancer as well as head and neck cancer. 我们都知道抽烟对身体不好，最近有一个新的研究 support 这个理论，所以一起床就抽烟的人更容易得到癌症。
Based on the study, subjects who smoked their first cigarette between 31 and 60 minutes after waking up were more than 30% more likely to develop lung cancer. And shockingly, the odds increased to nearly 80% for those who light up their cigarette in their first half hour awake. For head and neck cancers, subjects were more than 40% more likely if they smoked in the second half hour awake, and nearly 60% more likely for those who smoke in their first half hour awake. Researchers said that this is because heavy smokers have higher level of nicotine dependence, and their brains call for nicotine after they wake up. Of course, the conclusion here is very clear. Researchers suggest to quit smoking as soon as you can.
Hello guys, welcome back to the show, your access to the world of entertainment. I am Louisa Lee. The last time we saw Michael Jackson's little ones together in public was probably during the King of Pop's memorial service in 2009. But recently, the late superstar's children, Prince, Paris, and Blanket, showed their faces at Children's Hospital Los Angeles for a good cause. 很难得看到 Michael Jackson 的小孩在公共场合出现，这是他们和 Michael 的妈妈和 sister 陪同下做公益。
On the Father's Day, Michael Jackson's 3 kids honored their father by donating his 10 pieces of artworks to Children's Hospital Los Angeles. The 10 artworks, which include sketches painted and signed by Michael Jackson, as well as a photograph portrait of him, will be placed on various locations throughout the hospital. Accompanied by Jackson's mother, Catherine, and sister, Latoya, Jackson's 3 children, Prince, Paris, and Blanket, attended the donation ceremony to unveil the artworks. During the private ceremony, the children sat next to their grandmother and at times took turns holding her hand. Latoya expressed her happiness on this event.
I know that Michael wouldn't want his art in a better place than a hospital like this that will help children and people everywhere. And I'm so proud that these pieces are here to help those who need it. Thank you.
Michael's sketches of Mickey Mouse, Peter Pan, and his own moonwalk dance were also among the donated pieces, which showed people a different side of the King of Pop. The hospital officer said that these paintings are very delightful for the hospital, and quote, when the children look at Michael's art, they will be able to see more things.
And in our previous episode, we talked about Hollywood's highest paid actors. Now, how about their co-stars, the pretty ladies who fall in their arms? How much do they make? Digging into their private financial matters, here are the 5 best paid actresses in Tinseltown, according to the list put together by Forbes magazine. 我们之前为你报道好莱坞片酬最高的男演员，而 Leonardo DiCaprio 是最大赢家。那女演员呢？谁最会赚钱呢？ Julia Roberts ranks 5th in the list of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood. Although her latest film, Larry Crown, with Tom Hanks, failed to score big in the box office, the actress got paid $20 million between May 2010 and May 2011. Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon came to a tie, with each of them taking in $28 million. Aniston's success at the box office is mixed, but her Bounty Hunter made $136 million, while Just Go With It with Adam Sandler became her 4th highest earning film in the U.S. On the other hand, Witherspoon's How Do You Know was a flop after grossing in only $50 million, which fell short from its budget of $120 million. But that didn't stop the actress of asking for a decent quote for her upcoming romantic comedy, This Means War, which is slated for release in early 2012. Sarah Jessica Parker, who is also known as Carrie Bradshaw in the Sex and the City series, has more than enough to buy fancy shoes. Parker still makes most of her cash from women, who are taking home around $30 million, tying with Angelina Jolie at the top of the list as the highest paid actress in Hollywood. The reruns of the TV show that is based in New York continues to bring in money for Parker, in addition to her dual role as the star and the producer in the second Sex and the City movie, which earned a significant amount of $290 million. Besides her on-screen performance, the fashion icon has her line of perfumes, which earned her $18 million in 2010. Parker is set to expand her empire to designing clothes in the upcoming days. And no one can beat her hotness and her paycheck. Jolie came on the top of the list for pulling in roughly $30 million, like Parker. Her 2 big-budget 2010 action movies, Salt and The Tourist, with Johnny Depp, had a semi-slow opening in the U.S., but went on to earn $280 million in the international market. Jolie is currently working on her upcoming flick, In the Land of Blood and Honey, and we'll have to see if her self-written and directed film will give her a lead next year. The list is compiled by Forbes magazine based on the earning numbers between May 2010 and May 2011. And somehow the actors still make a lot more than the actresses. Angelina Jolie and Sarah Jessica Parker both came in at #1 for making $30 million, while Leonardo DiCaprio, as the highest paid actor, made $77 million. That's actually more than the paychecks of the 2 ladies added together.